They work in a challenging environment, challenging projects.
The satisfaction of developing something all by yourself, knowing the entire end to end flow, the feeling only software engineers can understand. Hi guys! Today with us we have a very inspiring software engineer who was working for a service based company and could have settled for it. But she did not give up. She kept working on her skills. She took some courses, upskilled herself, and now is beginning her journey in a startup. So without any delay, let's meet her. Hi Mona, thank you so much for coming and doing this. Let's just start knowing you by, knowing your journey in a service-based company. How was your entire experience? Please tell us about it.
Yeah, thanks, Kirti, for calling me here and giving your time. And yeah, in service based company, I have total 3 years of experience. So here I started a bit. Actually, I'm working in a business intelligence tool. Here, we used to take care of business requirements. We confirm with users what they want us to deliver. We confirm with them if this is what we have done. This is what we have done, and this looks good to them or not. After that, we go on building those solutions, and then we deliver these products. So I am doing this for 3 years. It's a really enjoying task. I really enjoyed my work here, but I wanted to upskill myself because here I'm working on the same skill for 3 years. And what if this tool is not there in future? So that's why I wanted to upskill myself in new technologies. I want to get hands-on experience on those skills, and that's why I started learning new projects.
That's really nice and interesting because most of the people just get used to something, and once they feel they are, really good at something, they continue doing that instead of challenging themselves. So really kudos to you that, even though you were very comfortable over there, you still worked on upskilling yourself, and that's an attitude that I really look forward to, in today's software engineers.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, I also saw this in in most companies. I see like most of the employees are working in the same skill for 10 years, but yeah, they are very comfortable with that. But I was also thinking of the same. But after 2 years, I was this task. I think was really getting bored. I was getting bored by this task, so I wanted to upskill myself. I just wanted to explore new sites of this project, and yeah, that's why I started this track.
That's really nice. And also now from a service-based company, now you have switched to a startup, right? So why a startup? And usually people take pride in saying that they work in an MNC, but from what I understood, you're really proud of now working in a startup. So can you talk a bit about why did you choose to work in a startup?
Yes. So yeah, in a service-based company, you don't have to worry about timings, right? So it's 9 to 5 job. But in a startup, you there's no time constraint. I know that. That's why I wanted to join a startup, because here I know the startups work in a unique idea, work for a unique idea, and yeah, they work in a challenging environment, challenging projects. They focus on lots of skills that will help delivering quality products to the clients, and that's why I wanted to join a startup where I will get a chance to work with amazing team, and good technologies, uh, building something from scratch. And I will also get to know like how this startup works, what kind of stressful environment is there, and this will help me prepare a lot for my future. And of course, I will also work for the company. I would like to give my best.
Definitely. How can you talk about your switch from service based to a startup? How did you prepare?
Yeah, so I started this preparation this year. For 2 years, I was just learning my existing skill. I was trying to excel in that. But after that, I thought that I should explore more and just know only one skill, one tool. That's it. That's why I started First of all, I enrolled for a cryo program. So I will focus on learning more skills. Also, I would like to excel on those skills. It's not like I will just go through it. I will just include new technologies in my list. No, I would like to explore every part of that new technology. I would like to take care of my every minor details. Yeah, so I started this in April month, and yeah, I would like to continue this journey. This is really exciting, and yeah,
Why? How did you come to know about cryo? And there are so many courses. How, why did you choose cryo?
yeah. So cryo focuses on learn by doing approach. So they won't teach you everything. Like it's not like spoon feeding. They will just they will tell you like how to approach a problem solving, how to approach a problem when you are building a website, how to take care of every minor details. You will just go through this, how to read documentations, how to go through various problems. If you are stuck somewhere, they are here there to help you. So they first of all started with DSA, then basics of JavaScript, then building websites, and cryo mentors were also there. They are ready to help you if you have any questions, any doubt.
Okay. From what I understand, you did DSA as well as JavaScript. So I'm guessing you did like a full stack course,
Yes,
right?
yes.
A full stack program.
Yes, correct.
Cryo offers a lot of programs. There's some backend program also. There's full stack program also. Why did you choose full stack?
Yeah, so first of all, I was focusing on backend, but backend involves learning Java and DSL problems also. And you must be good at trees, binary trees, then graphs. So I thought that this will take some time, and so I will first of all focus on full stack so that I will get to know front end side of website development, and then I will also focus on back end development track. So in this way, I will be able to build an application completely from scratch. So yeah, I was just excited for this part. That's why I enrolled for a full stack development track.
That's really nice to know because the satisfaction of developing something all by yourself, knowing the entire end-to-end flow, the feeling only software
Yeah.
engineers can understand. Like,
Yes,
yeah.
truly.
So I understand the urge to learn full stack development and develop something yourself,
Yeah,
right?
correct.
So, as you said, you enrolled in April and you were doing somewhat till September. So, can you talk about your projects? Which are projects did you work on? How did you learn?
Yeah, so here first of all, I started with building basic JavaScript application, then newsfeed website that is using Bootstrap. So when I was building these websites, I was also watching some YouTube videos. I was also trying to build some websites of my own so that I will get to know every part of project, not just focusing on one project. So they have created this website, these projects for our learning. But yeah, I would like to explore more on this part. And when I was comfortable with this, I started moving along the track. I started moving forward with building e-commerce website that using Merge. And here I was focusing on MongoDB, then React, and then Node.js. And yeah, after
Okay.
that, there's a Netflix like website, Xflix they have there. So I'm working on this right now. So it's in progress because this is taking me some time because I just wanted to go through those Node.js, MongoDB, these technologies. I wanted to know this in more detail.
Got it. Nice. Yeah. And also, you did all of this along with your office work, right? It was not like you took a gap from office work and then you were focusing on projects.
Yeah.
So, how are you managing both of these things together?
Yeah, actually, I thought of the same. Like, should I give notice? Should I start serving notice period for this company? And after that, I will go through these courses. I will give my 100% time to these courses. But I think this is a bit risky. And if in future you should be able to manage these tasks, right? So it's not like you will get one task and you have every time to that. You need to be able, you should manage these office work along with your personal learning, so this will continue forever. And I thought like I should be able to manage this. That's why I started building these websites, going through these courses along with my office work, because this will be always there, and I cannot ignore that. That's why I thought this will create a sense of discipline as well as give me a practice like how I should manage this.
That's another great point because for a software developer, especially, learning never ever stops. You have to continuously keep working on it. And some people say that it's hard to manage with office work, but that is what we do. We always have to work on upskilling ourselves. We never can go like, you know what, I've reached this position after this, I don't need to learn anything.
Mhm.
Because even managers, even architects, all of us are like learning new stuff, new technologies. There's constantly new things that we have to know about.
Yes, I also know some of the people like they are also focusing on other parts of their work. They are also pursuing their hobbies, right? Along with their office work, they are following their passion. If they are interested in art or something, so that's really exciting. I thought like how they manage this. Why am I not able to do this? Yeah, then yeah, I thought like I should also try this. I should also focus on managing my tasks along with my office work.
Yeah, right. For being someone who manages a YouTube channel along with work, I can definitely agree to
Yeah.
that. Yes, it is not easy. Like even when people say that there's no point taking a course for upskilling yourself because you don't have time. I would say that that's not true because if you think like that, you will never be able to upskill yourself
Yes.
or work on any hobby or anything that, as you said, I also do. I like doing a million things. So yes, we have to make time for
Yeah,
ourselves.
you are example. You are managing your different tasks. You are a YouTuber. Also, you are working as a software engineer. Yeah. So yeah.
Yep. Can you talk a bit more about your interview preparation phase? How was it? How did you prepare? Because there's a bit difference between learning skills to develop projects and being ready for interviews.
Yeah.
So, can you talk a bit about that?
Yeah, when I started giving interviews, I was really stressed sometimes because I was thinking like, what kind of questions they are asking. I'm not ready for that. What am I like? I'm lacking. So this took some time for me to understand where am I lacking and what I need to do in this case. Then it took me 1 or 2 months to um, digest these things, to start and go through these questions, understand what they are expecting, where am I lacking. And after every interview, I keep a note of what questions they were asking, why they were asking these questions, what I could have done better, and maybe I must have missed some points that they were expecting. They are not focusing on definition, one line definition. They were focusing on what you know. Do you know what is happening in the back end of this? Then yeah, then I started focusing on those basic skills, and like that will be able for the interviewer to guess like if I'm a correct candidate for their company, if I can complete some challenging work if it comes in the future.
Right. That's another great point because failures will
Yeah.
happen no matter how good or bad you are. Failures are bound to happen. So taking feedback from each of your own experiences of your own interviews can be really, really helpful because you only come to know that what all points you need to work on. So
Yeah.
that's another great point, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you talk a bit about your future plans? What do you plan to do? What are the next few skills that you're planning to learn?
Yeah, so first of all, I'm trying to excel the skills that I'm learning right now. I know about them a little bit, but I would like to explore more on this. So I think for 2 to 3 years, I will just focus on taking care of every minor details. I must know like every minor changes I must be aware of. And after that I will focus on backend part as well, like I will learn Java, or maybe database part like Hadoop and HDFS. More skills are there, so there's this path will never end. And yeah, I'm thinking like I will continue
Definitely.
this whatever. I will go through these skills. I will, as in like it depends on time, right? So I will just check what is the current technology, what company is using, what will be beneficial for the company and as well as for myself. So after taking care, after judging those points, I will decide like which skill should I take.
From what I understand, Cryo played a very important role in your journey from service based to now a startup and improving and upskilling yourself. But I want an honest opinion. Like, if a third person wants to buy a course, why should he or she buy or not buy Cryo? And what are the good points and the bad points about it? Please be transparent and share your experience with us.
Yeah, yeah. So when I started learning, like going through this cryo website, cryo projects, I enrolled for a cryo program because at the time I was not aware like how should I approach, how should I should go through this. I was completely blank about this. That's why I started here. So if someone has no idea, I can guide them. But yeah, they will also need a plan, right? So Cryo helped me to come up with a plan how I should go with this, and how you should approach website building part, or how you should read documentations, and then everything starting from building a website, how to think to final delivering a product. So you need to take care of those things.
So it give you the direction
Yeah,
exactly to, you know, to
it helped me to plan these things in a sequence. What should come first? What should come last? How you should take care of every minute detail. What are the challenges you will face if you are working in building a website or any project? So if someone needs a guidance here, yeah, in that case, I think Cryo is best. But yeah, negative point I don't see it because they first of all, when I was going through this, I thought that they will. It's not like they will spoon. They are not spoon feeding you. They just want you to learn, and they focus on learn by doing, because and by that it means like you will do, you will, and then you will learn. It's not like you will just read the theory and then you will mug it up, and it's not like that. You will just hands on, you will do your hands on and go through this, do your practice, and after that you will be able to explain like what you have done.
That's really nice to know. And thank you so much for coming and sharing your experiences. Any last words for our audience, for anyone who is planning to switch to a new job, who is feeling demotivated right now? Any last words for them?
Yeah, and yeah, yes, I have. So I would like to say like I have switched from service based company to a startup. I know service based company. So in my case, what happened? I was just focusing on one role, and in a startup, I will get a chance to explore different roles. That's why I wanted to switch here. If you are also feeling that you are stuck, and after I know most of the people, they have switched to their companies after 5 to 6 years as well, after learning and upskilling themselves. So I think it's never too late. You just need to know like where you need to go. If you are stuck here, if you are not passionate about your task, about your work, then yeah, it's the time you should start learning, and look for a better job, better role where you will be able to explore a lot of things, because this thing will never end. And yeah, you will find your excitement there. Actually, I was also thinking for first 2 years like I will continue this, but after 2 years I thought like I'm getting stuck here. So I upskilled myself, and then yeah, I found a better role here, and I'm really excited about this opportunity.
Definitely, the right attitude matters a lot, and you definitely have the right attitude towards everything. I could sense from your conversation. So I guess that is a major,
Yeah,
major
thanks,
factor for
Kirti.
anyone's success. So thank you so much for
Yeah.
coming and doing this. See ya.
Yeah, thanks,
Bye.
Kirti. And yeah, also thanks for calling me here. Yeah,
Bye.
bye.
Hope you guys like the video. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It will mean so much to me. Thank you.